She hits the floor badly and tries to gather herself from the pain. Wakana's mind still processing what happened. He froze, unable to catch up to the scene in front of him. A memory from his childhood comes back to his mind. His grandpa replies to his question. That's because we draw the face first, then we apply the hair later. Kid Wakana says. That's why it's silky smooth. And the girl looking at him with a scared face. He finally realizes the situation he's in and what needs to be done. Later, we find both of them sitting in front of a table with gloomy faces. Wakana tries to apologize and asks what brought her to this place. She says, "For the outfits, aren't you the one making them?" He feels happy to see that she's a customer and asks for her name and the school to note it. Inui Sajuna, second year high school. Wakana gets an amazed face that she's elder than him, which got her wondering what's wrong. He introduces himself and takes her around the doll shop. She gets a happy face, but it doesn't last long. While Wakana keeps explaining the details of each work, she grabs his shirt saying, "Why you brought me here, I'm here for this," and shows him cosplay of Marin pictures from the internet. "I'm here to order a cosplay from you." Wakana explains he didn't do it for business, but she threatens him that he saw the place that no one ever saw before and gonna report him to the police. That's if he didn't make her Juju's cosplay. Wakana recalls he heard this name before. She's the famous cosplayer that Marin was one of her fans. He asked her, "How did you find this place out?" She explains that she saw the posts on the internet and followed him since then till she got to his home. Wakana can't help wondering why these girls are so tenacious. He texts Marin for dinner. She says just finished her part-time work and coming, but she can't believe her eyes. Wakana introduces Sajuna for her, but she cut him for using her real name. That's what her cosplay name is made for. Yet, Sajuna didn't have a taste of how a nerd fan can be. Marin, fast speaking like she's in a rap battle, gets Sajuna scared and starts falling back. Wakana says she came here after seeing her cosplay. This was enough to get Marin feeling like flying. She's blessed by God. But she's back to the nerd fan mode again. Can't stop talking about how she loves her. Sajuna tries to keep a distance, but no use. She isn't even listening. Later, after Marin finally calmed down, Sajuna says she wants Wakana to make her a Black Lily cosplay. Wakana apologizes he doesn't know her cause he isn't much into anime stuff. They tell him that's character development from good to evil and she did a previous cosplay about her. It's from a magical girls show. She was a hero that saves others till she discovered that the villain is her big sister and managed to see her true heart's color and turn her into the dark side. Sajuna got amazed to see Marin knows much about the anime and was not the type that just wanna do cosplay cause they think the character is cute. But Wakana gets himself in front of two nerds that know about anime more than they knew about study. Wakana tells Marin if she loved this character so much, why doesn't she cosplay it as well? Marin refuses this and explains she loves her so much but she's a tall person and doesn't want to ruin her image. Sajuna is watching, surprised at how badly she judged her. She thought she's another annoying bitch. She gets angry cause of this, cause Marin is actually the type she loves, and starts crying with regret and apologizes. While Wakana and Marin wondering what's happening. Later, Wakana was going to bring her uniform from the dryer, but Sajuna asks for his contact info and tells Marin to not misunderstand. It's just for sending him the details and her size. From the wonder look on their faces, she asks, "Isn't he your boyfriend after all?" Wakana gets a reaction screaming it's not like this, it's just a misunderstanding, and his mind stopped working totally. On the other side, Marin is so happy with red checks and thinking about how many babies they should make. Sajuna says to herself, she's a bitch after all. Marin wants to ask her a request but she's kinda shy. "You know I wanna do Black Lily's big sister, can we cosplay together?" But she turned her down before she is even finished. Marin keeps insisting to do it, but Sajuna keeps saying, definitely not gonna happen, till Marin suggests she can split the studio fees with her. And this is really what got her attention, cause the studio's fees can be very expensive. And with shy face, she says, "I will allow it, this time only." Sajuna gets amazed to know that Wakana is the one who does the makeup and eyebrows for Marin as she doesn't know how to do this basic girl stuff. Wakana asks Marin how many episodes is the anime to watch it as a reference. She says, not much, it's just 160 episodes. Wakana just realized the standards here are much different from normal people. Later at night, he tells his grandpa, in the morning he will go to friend's place get the DVDs. But also it's time for grandpa to rate his progress in the thing the Wakana loves the most. He stands depressed cause he didn't have time to practice recently, and waits for his grandpa's feedback. After a while, the grandpa says, "You have really improved. Your lines have softened now. If you want to be a great doll maker in the future, you can't just look at dolls." He arrives at Marin's place, but he was waiting for a while. "I'm sure this the time, but no one is here." He hears a crazy running footstep, and Marin opens the door suddenly. "I'm so sorry, I just woke up." But Wakana's eyes again moved unintentionally to look at the place where most men look usually. That got him shy and got Marin to look at mirror to see herself without eye lenses and makeup. She screamed and gets back inside like crazy. Later she comes back and opens the door for Wakana, apologizing again. Wakana thought he already gotten used to Marin's unexpected vibes, but when he gets inside, he realizes that he is so nervous, and this is literally his first in a friend's place, and she is a girl as well. But his anxiety fades instantly once he sees Marin's room. "This definitely your room, Kitagawa-san." After a while, they got to watch the show and Wakana got to know how the big sister fell to the dark side, but he still wonders. This is a magical girl show, but they don't use magic at all. They just punch each other. Marin suddenly got to realize something. This is like a home date with the guy that she loves. She looks away and tried to calm herself down to not be exposed, but when she looks back, she loses control again, and can't ignore this happy moment she's living, till her stomach made a noise again, embarrassing her in front of Wakana for the second time. Later, Wakana asks Sajuna if she got the sketch of the custom he sent. Sajuna didn't reply at first cause she was shocked by the details she's seeing. "Is your sketches always this far detailed?" Wakana says yes and apologizes. "Sorry, that one was just my first time, so I don't know how it's done," and this is the second shock for Sajuna. This explains why these pictures were taken by a phone, and tells him that her little sister is what takes her shots. So he asked to let her teach him how to use a camera, and they agreed on a place to meet. He texts Marin with the updates, and calls him almost instantly saying she's coming in as well. She bits that Juju-san's little sister is gonna be much smaller and cuter version of her. But genetics can say a joke sometimes. They see a shy big girl in front of them. "Are you sure you are the little sister?" Marin out of suddens asks her. "Hey, how big are you?" Wakana tries to tell Marin what the hell is she asking for. "I'm 164 centimeters. The girl replies, "I'm 178 centimeters. They had us in the first half, not gonna lie." Marin got the chance to watch unreleased shots of Juju cosplay, and can't help falling in love with it. She asks her little sister Shinju, "You really love your big sis?" She happily replies, "Yes, that's why I wanted the world to know how cute she is." Sajuna tried to hold her embarrassment and says she was only taking cosplay pictures for herself, and her little sister is the one who wanted to make an account and made up that cosplay name. Shinju says she was shocked at how many likes it got, but she didn't know how to deal with all these strangers chatting with her, so she ended up ignoring them all. Marin says this explains why you don't interact with your fans. She tells them that they got the camera from their dad as he bought a new one, and this got Wakana wonder how much it's gonna cost for them to get one as well. His mind was unable to process the numbers in front of him, then finally he made a reaction. He didn't know that the cameras people were holding that day were so expensive like this. Marin asks Shinju if she wanted to cosplay as well, like seeing all these cosplayers didn't perhaps get you wanna try it once. This got a little sad reaction from her, and says no, she's okay. Wakana was able to see this. The two sisters say they picked up the studio place to take the shots, and asked if they wanna come and check it as well. This place was an abandoned hospital, Wakana says. Like in the anime when Black Lily lost and escaped to an old hospital. Sajuna says, "You really did watch the whole thing, didn't you?" They enter the place to check the spots that fit with the anime scenes, but Wakana sees Sajuna standing still at the front entrance. He asks her, "By any chance, are you afraid?" She gets angry and goes in pretending she's not. Marin and the little sister were searching for spots with good lighting, but Shinju says we can always use the flash to make it better and told her more details about the camera tips she learned over time. But it's about to rain outside. Wakana sees Sajuna got frozen again. "Are you sure you are okay?" She already shaking, but she says she's okay, just tired a little bit. He asks why she's insisting this much. She replies with another question. "Do you have a dream for the future?" Wakana says he wanna become a Hina doll Kashirashi. "What a lovely dream, but for me, since I was a child, I found the thing that I loved the most. I wanted to become a magical girl, such a strong, dazzling, and cool girl, with such a cute outfit. I realized I was really obsessed with it. But my dreams were about to vanish, till I discovered this. I can cosplay it, even if my first was so awful. But still, I was so happy. Wakana gets serious and asks, there are a lot of others better than me that can make customs out there. Why do you want me to make something this precious to you? She says, I can't describe it. But by the first time I saw Marin cosplay, I felt really jealous. I know how pathetic being jealous is, but I really couldn't help it. I can just say that it's love at first sight. When she looks at Wakana, she sees tears down with the thunder sound and lightning. That scares the shit out of her. Wakana catches her hands and starts describing how precious this is for him. But Sajuna, who was in an all-girls school all her life, her mind couldn't process a boy's hand touch. The brain froze, gave an error message, and shut down. Finally, the final exams are over, and the students are free now. Marin goes to Wakana and asks him to go with her to the beach, like right now. Wakana still wonders what's happening out of a sudden. At the beach, on the smooth sand, the two friends brought tools and food to spend time. Marin says that's the perfect time, cause there is not much traffic here and they can enjoy this amazing view together. She starts toying with Wakana again, but a bird suddenly snitches her burger and ran away. This really had a bad impact on her. They go to search for a spot to sit and eat together, but the bird still follows them. Later they took care of it this time. They switch burgers to share the taste of each one. No one of even them realizes that this is an indirect kiss. Marin goes playing with water and catches some seaweed that looks so creepy. Wakana was watching her with an amazed eye. What a free soul. But suddenly, her jumping flips up her skirt, revealing something he shouldn't see again. This really got him all red while Marin calls for him to come and enjoy. After a while, they were standing side by side. Wakana says, the beach is very nice, it's so beautiful. Thanks for bringing me here, Marin said. Marin was standing frozen looking at him. She trying to say something, but finally she speaks out. Then, why don't you come with me to different places? I know a lot of spots that we gonna enjoy this holiday. Just the two of us. Wakana with innocent smile says, yes, why not? Marin tries to hold herself and made up that she's thirsty and gonna get a drink. Her face is really hot. She doesn't believe she said these words, but gets happy when she realizes that he's gonna be for her only all the summer. When she looks back at the view in front of her, at the person she has warm feelings for him, she says, what a free soul. Her hands move slowly to take a picture of him. What should I do? I have really fallen miles for you, Gojo-kun. Finally, they got home after shopping for some stuff. Marin wants to ask him something, and suddenly flips up her skirt. What do you think of this swimsuit? Does it looks like the same one we want to add to the custom? Wakana says you almost killed me, but Marin tells him it's cause you didn't reply to my messages yesterday after I showed you those pictures. Just tell me it doesn't fit with the custom. Dude, this was so rude. Wakana can't make a reply, cause a lot had happened after he saw this picture. Marin was able to paint the glass item, and this got her excited to try the custom, like right now. Wakana turns his face aside. Please don't start taking off your clothes suddenly. But Marin didn't care anyway, till she realized she isn't wearing the one she wanna show off today. Her plan is totally ruined. They got to try the new customs next. Sajuna can't believe her eyes. How far did he go in adding details? Wakana asks if it's fitting well, and she says it's totally perfect. Wakana starts fixing Marin's hair, then he applies the makeup for her. Later, he gives her a mirror to check. Marin got to see how she looks. She gets extremely happy and can't believe her eyes. She starts hitting Wakana out of a sudden. Later at the studio place, it started raining. This is a bad news, and Wakana and Shinju didn't get here yet. Marin asks Sajuna for a selfie for the memory, and she agrees. This is one of Marin's happiest moments. Wakana is finally here, but without Shinju. A dude steps suddenly into view, making both girls' eyes unable to believe what they are saying in front of them. It's the male character from the show, Soma that these two girls love the most. But the more unbelievable it's the person cosplaying it is Sajuna's little sister, Shinju. I couldn't believe it myself how they managed to hide it. Days earlier in that rainy day before, Wakana waits till Marin and Sajuna leaves and asks Shinju out of a sudden. Pardon me, I may be wrong, but don't you wish to try cosplaying for once? Shinju hesitates, but she says yes. She gets jealous as well sometimes. She really wanted to try it one day, but she was afraid if she messed up, her big sister would hate her. Wakana helps her to get out of this anxiety and gets her to do the character she loves. But this is where the main problem is. She wanna do a male character, and this puts them in front of a real challenge here. How are we gonna hide the monsters? They are on a budget this time, but Wakana figured that the uniform from the show looks so close to his school uniform, so he brings one to her to try. and he goes outside to wait for her to dress up. She calls him to come in, and it's so clear that there is an issue here. Shinju tries to keep holding her breath, but it's getting so bad. The bullet gets released that almost killed Wakana. They try to look for something up on the internet, and one of the cosplayers suggests using a beholder. They didn't like the idea at first cause they are on a budget, but wait, it's actually affordable. Shinju was shy in front of the two girls and asks if she looks fine. Her sister catches her hand, unable to express her words. You look extremely amazing. And she suddenly finds herself surrounded by two anime nerds. She doesn't know how to react and looks back at Wakana. He smiles and says, "Isn't this great?" She holds her happy tears and says, "Yes." The first round is taking shots to Sajuna cosplay. Black Lily, Marin and Shinju are going crazy over this. Then the next is the shared scene between her and Black Lobelia. She doesn't feel okay with how Marin gonna act. But there is a sudden change to the vibes that Marin gives. It feels like the true villain, Black Lobelia. Once the hand touches her, chills run through her body. Every cell of her gets electrified from this, frozen in her place. But Marin couldn't keep the face. She's back again. Wakana tries to tell her that Black Lobelia should have a serious face, but no use. Her vibes are over the place. When it's time to take shots of Marin's cosplay, Sajuna was watching with Wakana from afar. She asks him, "Out with it." He didn't get what she meant. She says, "I know you didn't tell her about other costs she didn't know about, like transportation." From the reaction on Wakana's face, she could tell she's true about it. "I failed as a big sister." Wakana says, "It's okay. I wanted to help Shinju to do the thing that she loves. I wanted to teach her how to stand up for herself, a thing I didn't learn till recently." Sajuna starts thinking, "You took the most precious to me, treated her with care, and made her gain a self-trust. You really are wonderful. Did you say something?" Wakana said. She replies, "Nothing." Shinju managed to take some great shots from Marin, till Marin sees something is wrong with her chest. The poor beholder reaches its limits, and a loud explosion is heard in the area. The two friends are watching TV at Marin's place. The tan skin, shark teeth, and under boobs. "This makes you even look a healthier female." Wakana replies to her, "What the hell does this even means?" The badass Veronica is the next on Marin's list. Wakana doesn't know if it's a good idea to do this much skin exposing custom, but he did it anyway. It was fast this time. Maybe because the design is much simpler than before. The bell rings, and he opens the door to see Marin standing in front of him. But she looks like something familiar he saw before. "What the hell happened to you?" She says, "Don't worry, it's just a foundation that helps get this tan skin. I'm all sweating. Can I borrow your bathroom?" Marin finds herself in a bad need to take a shower, and asks Wakana, who's waiting outside, not to peek at her. He gets shocked what brings this up. She says, "It looks like this scene from a manga where I scream at you for being a pervert." Wakana thought he got used to Marin, but it sounds like he still has a lot to learn. She doesn't have exchange clothes, so he brought her some of his. But, for some reason, seeing Marin in his clothes, taking a shower with his shampoo so she smells like him, is moving something inside of him. But Marin suddenly flipped her shirt up a little to put the foundation in, and this made things worse for Wakana. Seeing Marin recklessly around him got his face red and his mind was about to explode. Marin thinks that he's sick and tried to grab water for him, but she gets bogged down in the foot cuffs she was wearing and hits her head. This really hurts. Marin suggests to go shopping together for some new clothes for him, but whatever Wakana wears, it looks horrible at him that made the dude helping them want to die. He looks in Marin's face to see the same reaction and leaves. But, for Marin, it is a whole different issue. She can't help loving him whatever he wears. They are walking home together while Marin is so happy about this cosplay she's gonna do. Out of a sudden, Wakana says with a serious face, "I think you should do it yourself this time." This got Marin frozen for a while, and with a broken heart she says, "You know I can't do it by myself. Why you gonna abandon me?" Wakana hesitates, but he managed to explain. "It's just I can't. This one is so different from others. Your chest, I can't help you wear this thing." Marin's anxiety turns to a red face and starts hitting Wakana's rapidly. "Dude, why the serious face? You almost killed me. You are just excited for my underboobs. You pervert." Maybe you are right. Veronica's custom is kinda showing much of a skin. Suddenly she grabs his hand and whispers to his ears, "If I send you pictures with me wearing it, doesn't it look like I'm sending you nude?" This really got a hell of a reaction from Wakana. At a weird place, with a big bed, a clean room, and a big TV. Wakana also sees something he can recognize. He asks Marin, "Why are we here? Isn't it supposed to be a studio that looks like the new character's bedroom?" Marin says, yes, I was searching for rooms with suitable decor and this ad popped out. She saw the big bed like in the manga series and instantly picked it up. I didn't know it was a love hotel till we got here. Wakana totally forgot that this is totally Marin. He tries to calm down and doesn't think much about what the hell is going on to be able to control himself. Marin starts checking the place and gets to the bath to see a big tube. It's a jacuzzi. Wanna come in with me? Wakana's mind stopped working. Come on dude, it's just a joke. Just sit back and relax till I get dressed. He's trying to relax, but just relaxing is hard at the moment. Maybe if he turns on the TV he can chill. But it's totally not the news channel. That's what Love Hotel is. He calms down and turns the TV on again, but this time he lowers the volume down. The door opens out of a sudden and Marin comes to view. This is totally insane. How did you manage to do this details even though the manga was so simplified? But Wakana managed to turn off the power button already. Save, he says. He feels bad about this time. He couldn't make it close to the manga and had to add up more details by his imagination. Marin says it's okay, this is totally normal. A lot of mangas are simplified and cosplayers have to figure out their unique design, and yours is totally amazing. You never fail to make something great. These words got Wakana's heart, but Marin starts messing around again in the place, till she finds a pair of condoms. She wanna give Wakana one for the memory. His mind stopped processing again. As usual, he helps her to get ready, with the makeup, the wig, and other needed details. They need to take shots of scenes from the manga. Wakana even bought the tools used in these scenes. They start taking the scenes he marked in the volume, but Marin gets carried away with the chocolate scene. But they are almost done. Only the scene where Liz Kion tries to sing the lullaby to make the main character sleeps. The first attempt is bad, and Marin suggests taking the shot from the main character's view. Wakana gets on his back and asks Marin to climb him. She says, isn't it gonna be hard for you to breathe? It's fine, just do it slowly to not hurt me. Marin does as he said, and lowers her hips slowly to get ready for the shot pose. And yes, they manage to get it. A perfect shot that's so close to the manga view. Marin says this is fun. I never expected I would be able to go this far one day. Yes it is, but their ears catch it. A female knows from the next room. That got theme frozen for a while processing the situation. Wakana was the first to get it. He realizes that this is a love hotel after all. He can feel it. The nuclear missile is getting to the stage. Marin starts to feel that something is rising. And definitely, it's not the shield hero. Wakana tries to save the situation but a voice escapes Marin's lips, and the remote hits the control board that turns on the Ultra Instinct mood. In the dark, the two of them are facing each other, face to face so close they can feel each other's breath. Without words, they can tell that the other agreed to it. Their eyes fixed on each other, taking slowly each breath while getting closer and closer. The feelings they have been hiding from each other is taking control of them now. After a while, Wakana picks up the phone. Our time is over. No, we don't want extra time. We will be there in a moment. Marin is moving slowly on the bed. I will go get changed. Her back is to the wall, with her hands on her red face. Both of them don't believe what they just did. On their way out, Marin makes a reaction to the person in front of her. It was the people next room. The lady is saying to herself, young birds, what a cute thing. The summer vacation is almost over, just a couple of weeks left. Wakana was doing his normal day practice on drawing the doll details when he got a text from Marin saying, save me. He thought it was a serious issue, but it's just she needs help with her summer homework, cause her dad made it clear she won't hang with her friends till she's done. She has been doing her part-time job all the time that she totally forgot about it. Wakana wonders what her part-time job is. She gives him a magazine to see for himself, and Wakana can't believe his eyes. Are you a celebrity? She says, I'm a model for brands at the moment, but I ended up taking many shots recently. I will get that camera no matter what. Wakana looks amazed. She already aiming to buy this meg expensive stuff. But she already forgot her math drills at school. They almost got in trouble for not coming with their uniform. At the pool, Marin says, I don't have swimming class so I didn't come here before. She tries to step into the water, and Wakana tries to warn her, and she says, it's okay, don't worry. But she falls into the water and doesn't climb up at all. Wakana got to realize she actually can't swim. He saves her, but he screams at her why she did that if she can't swim. What if you are alone? How do you go to the beach with your friends then? She starts laughing for a while, then says, you may take me for nuts, but I do love the ocean even if I can't swim. Wakana looks at her saying to himself, that's right, she is always like this. They tries to squeeze their clothes while it is still sunny, and they agreed to go to the festival together. But Marin has to finish her homework first. Later at the festival, Wakana is waiting for her till he hears her voice calling him. Marin is wearing a black yukata that catches his eyes. Sorry for being late, the crowd is hella crazy. She turns around asking what he thinks of it, but she sees a weird reaction on his face. She says, "By any chance are you one of the people who get excited by a peek of a girl's neck?" It's a joke, but the reaction on Wakana's face. Are you for real? Her heartbeats are getting crazy, and she decides to take max advantage of it. Whenever they talk, she messes with him. Later, Wakana ends up with almost a piece of every type of food they offer at the festival in his hands. Sometimes I forget about her appetite. They hear the announcement of the fireworks and move with the crowd to watch it, waiting with Marin in the open area for it, and the first one goes up and explodes. Then the second with such pretty colors. Suddenly the night sky lit up with pretty colors everywhere that got the eyes unable to look away. Wakana is frozen in his position, the lights are reflecting on his face. Color after color. This is something he never saw before. He used to be alone in his room hearing noise from afar, year after year. But now, he can smell the gunpowder and smoke. He can hear the people cheers around him. This feeling was something missing from his life. The sound resonates through his whole body. All these changes happened in his life. This year is something she gave to me.
I try, I cry,